Welcome back to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into one of the biggest trends in personal health, a service that literally brings peak wellness right to your front door. Yeah, we are talking about mobile IV therapy.
Ever have one of those days, or, one of those weeks? You're juggling everything. Work, your life, maybe a crazy workout schedule, and you just feel totally gassed. You know you need a boost, but slowing down just isn't an option.
Well, what if wellness could work on your schedule? What if it's joined the whole on-demand revolution? Just like you'd order a pizza or a ride, you can now get professional health support delivered right to you. That's the big idea here.
So, what exactly is this service that's kind of shaking up how we think about self-care? Let's break it down.
Think of it this way. Instead of you having to drag yourself to a clinic, a qualified nurse or a paramedic brings all the gear to you. They show up wherever you are, your house, your office, even a hotel room, to give you a custom cocktail of fluids and vitamins. It's that mix of real medical oversight with just, ultimate convenience.
So why do this instead of just popping a vitamin pill? Well, here's the key. When you swallow a supplement, it has to survive this whole journey through your digestive system. And along the way, a lot of it gets broken down and lost. But with an IV, you're bypassing all of that. The good stuff goes directly into your bloodstream, which means you get 100% absorption. Your body gets the full dose, and the effects are almost immediate.
Okay, so we know it's super efficient. But what's it actually like? Let's walk through the whole experience, because it's actually way simpler than you might think.
The whole thing is designed to be totally seamless. You hop online, book a time, fill out a quick health form. Then, a licensed professional shows up. They'll do a quick check of your vitals, review your info, and then you just kick back. Seriously, you can be on your couch, taking a work call, watching a show. The treatment just fits right into your day.
And here's the real game changer for busy people. The whole thing from start to finish usually only takes about 30 to 60 minutes. You can literally squeeze a full hydration and nutrient treatment into your lunch break, all without ever leaving your desk.
So the process is fast, it's easy, I get it. But what about the results? Let's look at the real, tangible benefits that people are looking for when they do this. This isn't a one-trick pony, and that's what's so interesting. The reasons people get these treatments are pretty varied. Yeah, basic hydration is the most popular, but a ton of people are using it for really specific goals. Athletes who want to recover faster, folks looking to give their immune system a leg up, and yes, it's a pretty popular remedy after a long night out.
When you look at all these benefits together, a clear picture starts to form, right? It's all about speed, personalization, and convenience. Now, it's totally fair to point out that some in the medical world argue that if you're already healthy, the benefits might be a little overblown, maybe even just a placebo. But the counter-argument is pretty compelling. That 100% absorption rate gives you an efficiency that you just can't get from a pill.
This might sound like a thing that's just for, A-list celebrities or pro athletes, but the reality is the user base is way, way broader. So, who's actually signing up for on-demand IV drips?
It's actually an incredibly diverse crowd. You've got the busy professional trying to crush that afternoon slump before a huge presentation. You've got athletes who need to bounce back for their next training session. It's for travelers trying to get ahead of jet lag, or really anyone who just feels like they need a preventative boost before a stressful week hits.
So what's actually in the bag? Well, the formulas are built around these powerhouse ingredients that we already know work. Things like vitamin C for your immune system, B-complex for energy, magnesium for muscle function, and they often include amazing compounds like glutathione. They call it the master antioxidant because it helps your body recycle other antioxidants. Pretty cool, right?
All right, let's get down to the brass tacks here. If you're thinking about this, you probably have two big questions. Is it safe? And what's it going to cost me? When it comes to safety, there are a few things that are absolutely non-negotiable. First, the person administering the IV has to be a licensed professional, like a nurse or a paramedic, period. They have to use sterile, single-use gear to avoid any risk of infection. And here's a big one. A good provider will always screen you first, because this isn't right for everyone. So always check their credentials, read the reviews, safety first. Okay, let's talk price. A single session can run you anywhere from about $150 to $400, and that really depends on what kind of vitamin cocktail you're getting. It's also really important to know that this is almost always considered a wellness service, so your insurance probably isn't going to cover it. And that price point is part of the whole debate around whether this is a legit medical service or more of a luxury wellness trend.
And this brings us to probably the most critical point of all, one that any reputable provider will shout from the rooftops. This is not a substitute for a doctor. This explainer is just for your information. You should always talk to your own physician before you start any new kind of treatment, just to make sure it's the right move for you.
So, we've covered the what, the how, and the who. Let's zoom out and put a bow on this.
What's the big idea you should walk away with?
If you remember just one thing, let it be this. The real magic of mobile IV therapy is that it combines two things that almost never go together: legit professional medical care and the absolute height of on-demand convenience. It's healthcare that actually fits into your life instead of the other way around.
Which leaves us with one final big question to chew on. As our lives get more hectic and technology makes everything more accessible, is this kind of on-demand, personalized wellness the future of how we take care of ourselves? That's definitely something to think about. Thanks for joining us on The Explainer.